Good evening, everybody. Today we have a 2016 Citroen C3. This one's been in the wars. It's had a bit of a bash before, and we've actually cleared the crash data out of the airbag ECU for the customer. He is still left with an airbag fault. So if we turn it back on, and we don't see an airbag warning light. Now I think that's been had the dash to bits and somebody's chipped the bulb off, because I'm pretty sure it should have one. But what we do have, and what the customer is complaining about, is you turn the ignition on and sometimes you have to start it and you get the airbag message come up there. That does go away after a few seconds, but it ain't right. It's got an airbag fault. When we scan it, tonight we're going to be scanning it with the Autel, the MS909. That's the interface there. Reason I like to scan with the Autel on these Citroens is automatically it finds the VIN number. We're going to do a full scan with topology. Let's hit the full scan and see how quickly this scans one of these cars. Look at that for speed. Ignition off, it checks the steering lock. Back on again. We're not interested in a lot of these codes here. The main one that the customer's interested is in here, and that is driver's airbag level 1 resistance too high. So first thing we're going to do is some continuity testing, because we try to erase the codes, and says it they're gone. You come out of the unit straight away, straight back on again, read the fault codes, and straight away the fault code is there. So let's get the old continuity tester up and see what we're getting. Okay, very basic continuity tester, very old one here. We're going to test between where the plug comes out to the wire. We always do continuity testing with airbags disconnected, because you're pushing a charge around. This is a 9-volt tester. Airbags will deploy at 12 volts. It's very close, so never do continuity testing or resistance testing with airbags plugged in. So first thing we're going to do is check for continuity in that yellow wire, and we can see we've got continuity there. Now we're going to check for continuity in the orange wire, and we can see we have continuity there. So knowing that, we got good continuity from there up to there. Now this airbag connector is actually broken, but that was connected earlier, but that's how these ones come to pieces, and there is a good joint between there and the airbag, but that we done off camera. So we're going to test from now here down to the multi-plug down here. Now checked earlier on the wiring diagram, I know for a fact that these first 4 wires there are the ones which go to the airbags. We're just going to test these. Right, so we've got the continuity tester plugged in to the airbag connector at the top there. We're going to just probe these and see if we've got continuity with any of those 4. And it's no continuity there, so that one is a dead wire. We're going to move up now to the yellow wire. We'll put our back probe into there, check for continuity on the yellow wire, which we can see. So we know that we have our connector, our tester, with a good connection there. And again, we're going to go back down to the multi-plug, and we're going to check. It's one of these 4 wires there which we have to check for. There we have nothing. So we have a break in the wire somewhere from the connector and the airbag there to this point here. Now the most common thing is the squib. Now the squib connector I'm now going to take off. Right, that is now out. So we're going to check from here now to the multi-plug there. So I'm just going to set my back probe up in there and check. and check again. Sorry, I think I cut the recording off a bit soon. So we're into one of the connectors there, and now we're going to check again for continuity. As you can see, we have continuity there with this first wire. So now we're going to move that to the second wire. Right. The back probe is into connector wire number 2 on the squib, or where it goes into the squib, I should say. Now we're going to check. There we go. There's our continuity. And we're going to check the next wire. Going to take it out of that one. Very carefully put it into there. These are quite big connectors on here, so we're not going to damage them with the back probes. Have to be very gentle when you're pushing the back probe into a connector. I'm not putting any force on these. It's really vital to know. Right now, connector 1 we know we've already got continuity with another wire, connector 2, so it's going to be either that one or the next one. There we go, we have continuity on that. So we're going to connect the last wire up on the loom here, and we're going to check for continuity on this last wire, which will be the 4th one in. And there we can see, so we know now that we have good continuity between where it plugs into the airbag and where it goes up to the squib. And then we're losing it from where this plug goes into the squib and then comes out of the squib. So I'm 99.9% sure that the fault here is going to be the squib. Now we have another test that we can do. And I'm going to introduce you to another one of my little tools I like using. You're going to love this. So here's the airbag removed out of the car, tiny tiddly little one. And as we can see, it's what we call a single stage airbag. There's the connector there. How the engine ECU checks if these are faulty is it pushes a very small amount of current through the system, and it measures how much resistance there is in this airbag unit. Usually between 2 and 4 ohms roughly. Don't be tempted to put a continuity tester or especially a continuity tester or an ohm meter between here to measure the resistance, because all that needs to deploy is a 12 volt charge. So alive and on earth from a 12 volt battery, that would explode. If you're messing about on the bench and you put it this way round and you put a 12 volt charge into it, it will come at you like a bomb and it will blow your head off. This way will give you a very nasty injury if you were to do it. So don't mess around with these. Don't use any testing equipment on them. I've seen people do it. You can get away with it with some continuity testers. They might have 3 volts. Some of them work on 9 volts. Mine is a 9 volt one, which I'm using here. 9 volts is very close to 12 volts, and there's a chance that it could blow up in your face. So don't mess about with them. What we need to do is to substitute this airbag at certain points with a little gadget, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. Right, this is the connector that goes into the squib at the bottom. As you'll see, this is a 4-wire connector, and there's 4 wires that connect all the way down to the airbag ECU there. But we only have 2 wires coming out this end. So you may be thinking that there should be 4 wires up. Well, that is an option. Some models will have what's called a 2-stage airbag, a single-stage airbag, which is this one, and some have a some have a single-stage airbag, which is this one, and some have a twin-stage airbag. It has a small igniter which blows the airbag up to start with, and then a big full one. It's just how these cars are. They are all wired with 4 wires, 2-stage airbag wiring up to the squib, and then depending on the model, it may have a 2-stage or it may have a single stage. So this one has got a single stage there, so just 2 wires into the airbag, although it has the provision for 4 wires. That is completely normal. So let's crack on and do some testing and see what we come up with. So this is SRS Assist, otherwise known as an airbag buddy. It's got 2 nice thin little connectors that go, or pins that go into the airbag connectors. And then we have what could be called a decade box. 2 variable resistors. These are full ohms resistance. It goes 1 to 11. Very spinal tap. My old one used to go 1 to 10, but this one goes all the way up to 11. And then we get fractions of ohms, 0.1 to 0.9. So it goes, roughly speaking, we want it set on 2.2 ohms. That's roughly what an airbag is. So I'm going to connect this into which one I'm pretty sure is level 1. Can do this by a little bit of trial and error, but let's get this in. Right, so we're going to put our airbag buddy into here, and that is set on 2.2 ohms, replicating an airbag. And then we're gonna put our connector back on, and we are now going to clear the fault codes. We're going to erase the codes because we've had the airbag disconnected. No codes detected. And we're going to check the live data. Front airbags. Should have shown you this earlier. Igniter are operational, so everything is good. So now what we're going to do is switch the ignition off, and we're going to start it up, and we're going to see if our fault code goes from the screen. So far so good, no airbag codes. So we're going to go back. We're going to double check our fault codes. No fault codes detected. That's what we want. So this is not fixed. This is just verified that the airbag fault is between the connector to the squib and from the squib. We're going to change this squib. We're going to change it out properly, fit the airbag back on, put that connector back together, and double check everything. But so far, so good. So we have no fault codes. Everything is as it should be. And as a final check, what we're going to do now, we're going to put the ignition on. We're going to go back into the live data, and I'm going to show you what I should have shown you earlier, which is the live data. Now, this says igniter operational. It's nice when they give the actual resistance values, but welcome to the world of Citroen. Now, in a second, I'm going to pull out the airbag buddy. We're going to see the message come on, and we're going to see the fault code come back on again, sorry. So watch what happens when I pull this out now. It goes airbag faulty, and we get that back on there. Also, we're going to have trouble code is going to be back in now. Resistance too high. So this little bit of kit, you can find them on eBay. I don't know any particularly good sellers of them. I bought this one a long time ago. People keep asking me where do I get the tools from, so I'm going to see if I can find up the seller. It's come in really handy loads of times. Let's just show it to you again. You got the full ohms resistance and then the fractions of ohms. Now, the bodgy thing to do, some people would put in a resistor into there and call it job done. Don't be tempted into doing that, because once you put the airbags back on, yes, it will fill the system and you won't have the airbag coming on anymore. But if a customer drives down the road and they crash the car, they're not going to have an airbag, and they will sue the garage that last invoiced them for fitting resistors. So don't be tempted into doing that. So yeah, tools tonight, the Autel MaxiSys MS909 and the airbag buddy. So that's it for tonight. If you found this video useful, click the old like and subscribe buttons to me, because I don't get paid for these videos, not yet, probably never will, but it's really nice to see your likes and your shares and your messages. If you want to ask anything, just leave us a message. Thanks guys, and I'll see you on the next one.